From Impact back to TNA, 2024 has been a rollercoaster year for the company. From rebranding to Scott D'Amore's departure, a partnership with NXT, a lot of talent leaving, and what appears to be a strong reliance on ex-WWE guys again. TNA has put on some incredible matches that are truly must-watches. So what did you guys vote as the best matches of the year? Well, let's check out Cage Match and see what the 10 highest rated TNA matches of 2024 are. Number 10, Josh Alexander vs Nick Nemeth, TNA Impact, the 2nd of August, 2024. Two of the best in-ring full-time wrestlers TNA have had their first encounter on an episode of TNA Impact. The freshly turned heel Josh Alexander took on TNA World Champion Nick Nemeth in a great encounter, which you would expect from these two. An incredible match given away on free TV that could have easily main evented any of TNA's pay-per-views this year. This match easily earned a top 10 spot on the list. Number 9, Mike Bailey vs Leon Slater from the 3rd of October 2024. One of TNA's MVPs of 2024, Mike Bailey took on one of TNA's most recent signings from their UK tour last year, Leon Slater. The young Slater got to show why he's definitely one to watch for the future, while Bailey does what he seemingly does in every match and puts on an all-star performance. You'll see Bailey on this list a lot, and rightfully so. This was a great X Division match, really tapping into the X Division feeling of old. Number 8, Jordan Grace vs Masha Slamovich from Turning Point. Stealing the show in my opinion at TNA Turning Point, in Grace's Knockouts World Title rematch after being defeated by Slamovich a few weeks previously, Jordan Grace and Masha Slamovich had an incredible match. Jordan Grace had a highlight year in TNA as well as NXT, putting the Knockouts division on her back in my opinion, and this was another testament to that. Slamovich showed off why she's one of the best independent women's wrestlers in the world, and combined, these two absolutely stole the show above all the other matches, and honestly, it wasn't even close. Number 7, El Hijo del Vicano vs Mike Bailey from Bound for Glory, and I definitely butchered that pronunciation. Mike Bailey makes another appearance on this list, taking on El Hijo del Vicano at Bound for Glory. Bailey once again shows why he's one of the best of the fast-paced wrestlers TNA had to offer, and defended his title against the spectacle to watch that is Vicano. This match is exactly what you'd expect from both these guys, so if you enjoy this fast-paced style, this match is most definitely a must-watch. Number 6, Nick Nemeth vs Josh Alexander from Emergence, 60-minute Iron Man match. Now on paper, this is an amazing match between two of the finest in-ring wrestlers in the world, let alone on the TNA roster. However, this match does seem to have divided people on how good it actually is. A lot of people love it, and a lot of people feel like it's way too slow. Now granted, this match does have a slower pace and at points does often feel like there's just some filler in it. However, I personally thoroughly enjoyed this match as a fan of both wrestlers. Is this match worth watching? Absolutely. Is it worth watching in its entirety if you haven't enjoyed the first 20 or so minutes? Probably not, honestly. There's way other better matches on this list that will entertain you. Number 5, Mike Bailey vs Mustafa Ali from Slammiversary. So Slammiversary saw Mustafa Ali finally lose his undefeated streak and in the process his X Division title, crowning Mike Bailey as the new champion. This match really embodies the spirit of what the X Division was back in the mid-2000s. Ali plays the great heel wrestler who has the advantage, while Bailey plays into the underdog role perfectly for being outnumbered by Ali and the good hands. Sadly, this match is another reminder of how TNA have lost some amazing wrestlers this year, and personally I do kind of worry that going forward they're going to struggle to fill a lot of the roles these guys like Ali and by Mike Bailey held. Number 4, Zachary Wentz versus, once again, Mike Bailey from Victory Road. So peak TNA NXT partnership was in full swing here as Mike Bailey was looking to recapture his X Division title from Zachary Wentz, who was featured pretty prominently on NXT at the time with the Rascals. Much like the previous entry on the list, this match has that classic TNA X Division feel. These two men easily stole the show on what felt like a rather lackluster event, putting on a match that in my personal opinion is head and shoulders above anything else on the card. This is just another prime example of Bailey proving why he's made on this list so much, and Wentz showing that he's more than just an amazing X Division tag team wrestler. This was a really good outing for both men. Number 3, Mike Bailey versus Moose from the 27th of October. Another amazing free TV match from TNA featured Mike Bailey defending the X Division title against his former TNA World Champion Moose. Now, Moose has had an absolute highlight year for the company, but sadly, this has been Bailey's last TNA match, as reports suggest he is now AEW bound. Whereas Moose, on the other hand, has been a focal point for TNA this year, and to be fair, for a few years going back now. But he's had a particularly strong 2024 for the company under his belt. This match is your typical small guy versus big guy match, with Speedball clearly on top of his game. Where TNA takes the AE title from here, I won't spoil for you, but this does sadly feel like an end of a great era of X Division wrestling. Number 2, Jordynne Grace versus Masha Slamovich from Bound for Glory. The highest rated match from Bound for Glory was given to Jordynne Grace and Masha Slamovich for the TNA Knockouts World title. These two went in the ring and proved why they're two of the best female wrestlers in the world, not currently signed to WWE, and why NXT featured Grace way more than a few times during their partnership. A 16-minute match full of hard strikes and big moves that never feels flat, all the way from the opening bell until the last. Grace might have been the highlight of TNA's Knockout division in 2024, but Slamovich has shown she's more than capable of holding that right too. And finally, number 1, the best rated TNA match of 2024 goes to Josh Alexander versus Will Ospreay from the 14th of January. Now, it's hard to think that the TNA that ended 2024 started 2024 with the likes of Will Ospreay and Okada, but they did, and the highest rated match of 2024 comes from Will Ospreay and Josh Alexander on just a regular episode of TNA Impact. This is a match that you would expect to be amazing, and the guys didn't fail to deliver at all. It's Will Ospreay and Josh Alexander. The quality of the match just speaks for itself, and if you're a fan of either guy, then this is a must-watch match from the year. Easily my personal favourite TNA match, and I really cannot argue it should be ranked number 1. So that was the list. What do you guys think about it? Are there any matches you agree or disagree with? Any matches you feel are overrated or overlooked that should have been on here? Let us know in the comments below. If you haven't already, please drop the video a like, it helps us amazingly. And if you want to support the channel more, you can by clicking on the join button for less than $1 a month. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.